Hello everyone. In this video we are going through the introduction about the endocrine physiology. So there are two major control systems in our body. One it is the nervous system and second one it is the endocrinal system. Nervous system mainly the reflex control system and endocrinal system this regulates via the chemical inside our body. Both are interrelated system. For example, pituitary gland. Now, what is hormone? It is secreted by the endocrine glands into the blood. Only target cells with specific receptors will respond. So, that is the hormone. It is secreted by the endocrinal glands into the blood. So, whatever the endocrinal glands directly secrete the chemical substances which is called hormone into the blood, and only the target cells with specific receptors will respond to that specific hormone. So for example, that is the endocrine cell, and here the hormone is released inside the blood. Now the cell which having the specific receptor for this hormone is going to respond, and the cell without receptor is not going to respond. So that is the hormone. It is secreted by the endocrinal glands into the blood, and only target cells with specific receptors will respond. Okay. So what is neurotransmitters? These are chemicals which are secreted by neurons at synaptic junctions that diffuse across a small gap into the target cells. Now that is the neuron, and neuron releases neurotransmitter, or the axon terminal release the neurotransmitter, and these are bind to the specific receptor on the target cell. So these are the neurotransmitters. Now neuroendocrine hormone. In the back slide, the neurotransmitters are released at the synaptic cleft. These are not going through the blood. But in the neuroendocrine hormone, when chemicals are released by the neurons into the blood for action at distant organ. For example, that is the neuron which releases the some chemicals which are called neuroendocrine hormones into the blood, and the cell which having the specific receptor for the this neuroendocrine hormone will respond, and the cell without receptor is not going to respond. So that is the neuroendocrine hormones. Now, what is paracrine and what is autocrine? First of all, paracrine. These are the chemicals secreted by cells into the extracellular fluid and affect the neighboring cells of the different type. So for example, that is the endocrinal cell which releases some chemicals which going to affect the neighbor cell. So these are known as paracrine. Now what is autocrine? These chemicals secreted by cells into the ECF and affect the function of same cell. So the same example here, this one, it is the endocrinal cell which secretes some type of chemicals in the ECF, extracellular fluid, and again the same chemical substance going to attack or having the effect on the same cell. So that is the autocrine. Endocrine system, these are the ductless hormones released into the blood and carried to the target organ by the blood. It is mediated by chemical messengers which are called hormones. Uses chemical signals for cell to cell communication and can affect the different tissues via growth hormone and T4 thyroid hormone, and specific target hormones via the ECTH adrenocorticotropic hormone. So that is the basics about the endocrinal system. Now principal endocrine glands inside our body, starting from the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, pancreas, adrenal gland, kidney, thymus gland, pineal gland, gonads which includes the ovary and testes. Other endocrine glands, these include the placenta, GIT and heart, specifically atria portion of the heart. So these are different endocrinal glands inside our body. Hormones secreted by principal endocrine glands, hypothalamus which secretes the TRH, CRH, GHRH, GHIH, GnRH. These are the hormones secreted by the hypothalamus. We will see later in detail each of the hormones of the hypothalamus in the next chapter. Pituitary, anti-pituitary hormones, growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and prolactin. So these are the anterior pituitary hormones. Posterior pituitary hormones, oxytocin and ADH. Thyroid hormone T3, T4 and calcitonin. Parathyroid hormone. Adrenal cortex, aldosterone and cortisol. And adrenal medulla, this secretes the epinephrine and norepinephrine. Testis, this secretes the testosterone. Ovary, estrogen and progesterone. Placenta, HCG, HCS, estrogen and progesterone. Kidney, erythropoietin. Heart, atrial natriuretic peptide, ANP. Stomach and intestine, gastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin. So these all are the hormones secreted by the principal endocrinal glands. Functions of endocrines, mainly homeostasis. So they maintain the homeostasis of our body. Metabolism, T3 and T4 hormones. Growth and development, growth hormone. Water and electrolyte balance, ADH and aldosterone. Reproduction, estrogen, progesterone and testosterone. And behavior. So these are the main functions of the endocrine glands. Now the classification of hormones based on their structure. Mainly there are three different types of structures of the hormone: protein and polypeptide hormones, which are all known as peptide hormones. Second hormone, amino acid derivatives, these are the tyrosines. And the last one, steroid hormones. So protein and polypeptide peptide hormones, this includes the growth hormone, TSH, FSH, LH, ACTH and prolactin. Pancreatic hormones, insulin and glucagon. Parathyroid hormones, heart, small intestine, stomach, HCG, HCS by placenta. So all these are the peptide hormones. Now the amino acid derivatives, thyroid hormone T3, T4 and adrenal medullary hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline. Steroid hormones, adrenal cortex hormones, aldosterone and cortisol. Ovaries and testes, these hormones include the estrogen, progesterone and testosterone. These are the steroid hormones. Placenta, estrogen and progesterone. Now how the synthesis, storage, release of peptide hormone takes place. It is stored in the vesicles and released when needed. So you already know about the protein synthesis, where it takes place. So this protein synthesis takes place in the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and this packed inside the small vesicles via the Golgi apparatus, and as and when needed these are secreted. Now synthesis, storage, release of steroid hormones. The steroid hormones synthesized mostly from the cholesterol, and these are not stored. Once synthesized, these release into the blood. So these hormone cortisol, aldosterone, testosterone and estradiols. Synthesis, storage, release of tyrosine hormones. Thyroid hormones are stored within the thyroglobulin and then released as and when needed, and catecholamines are stored in the secretory granules. So these hormones are tyrosine derivatives, as synthesis takes place from the tyrosine molecule or the amino acid. So this includes the epinephrine, T4 and T3. Now hormone secretion. Onset of secretion. Sometimes the hormone secretion will be rapid. This includes the epinephrine and norepinephrine. And slow secretion. This includes the growth hormone, T3 and T4. Full response to endocrinal signal occurs within the seconds to month. So the time from the binding of the specific receptor to its full action, it will take a longer duration of time. And for example, epinephrine within seconds, and T4 thyroid hormone, it may need months for the full action development. Concentration very small, picogram to microgram per ml of the blood. Rate of secretion very small, microgram or milligram per day. Now the hormone transport. Peptides and catecholamines, these are dissolved in the plasma. Steroid and thyroid hormones, mostly bound to the proteins, and these are biologically inactive once it is bound to the protein. 10% free in the plasma. When the thyroid and steroid hormone binds to the protein, these are not active. But when they are circulating freely in the plasma, these are active things. There are three different places where the receptors are located over the target cell. Receptors either located on the cell membrane. For some hormones, the receptors are located inside the cytoplasm, and also for the some hormone, receptors are located in the nucleus. So these are three different locations of the receptor on the cell membrane, in the cytoplasm, and in the nucleus. Now regulation of receptors, upregulation and downregulation. Now what is upregulation? Deficiency of hormone increases the number of receptors. So when there is decrease in the hormone substances, there will be increase in its receptor, and vice versa. It is known as downregulation. Excess hormone decrease the number of receptor. When the hormone are increased, the receptor become decreased. So that is the regulation of receptors, upregulation and downregulation. Now the internalization. Hormone receptor complex enters target cell by the endocytosis. Now once the hormone binds to the receptor, this hormone receptor complex enter into the target cell or the cell through which the response going to occur, and this hormone receptor complex enters the target cell through the endocytosis. Now the mechanism of action. So first one, it alters the permeability of the cell membrane. For example, neurotransmitters, acetylcholines at the neuromuscular junction, activating intracellular enzymatic machinery. These are for the peptide hormones. Activating genes. These are the mechanism of action of thyroid and steroid hormones. Now the hormone interactions. Mainly two different hormone interactions. One, it is the synergism, and second one, it is the permissiveness. So what is synergism? Multiple synergistic stimuli are more than additive. For example, this glucagon produce the response you are seeing, and that is the response of epinephrine. But when both the hormone release simultaneously, glucagon plus epinephrine, so it increases the blood glucose level, and the blood glucose level will more increase when the cortisol is also released along with the epinephrine and glucagon. Now the permissiveness. Need second hormone to get the full expression. So that is also the thing. When one hormone is released, without some other hormone, the action will become minimal. But once the second hormone is also released, the action will become enhanced. So this is the hormone interactions, synergism and permissiveness. Okay, now regulation of hormones, feedback mechanisms, negative feedback and positive feedback mechanisms. Feedback mechanisms we already understood in the general physiology part of the physiological systems. For the negative feedback, examples are thyroid hormones, and for the positive feedback, examples are the luteinizing hormones. Neural regulation, oxytocin, cyclical and periodic variations. These include the development and age. According to the age, different hormones are released. For example, growth hormone and testosterone. Diurnal, that means day-night cycle is continuously repeating. This includes the growth hormone more early in the sleep. Pulsatile, this is the prolactin. So that is the regulation of different hormones. This is the basic things. Now the clearance of hormones. How the hormone clearance takes place. Metabolic destruction, binding with the specific tissues, excretion by the liver, and excretion by the kidney. That is the clearance of different hormones. I hope through this lecture you got a rough idea about the endocrinal physiology. If you like this, please share with your friends, colleagues, batch and groups. Thank you.